Feels weird with a hat on.
I know.
Welcome back to week number 8. I have decided to give up on the red beanie.
Rightly so.
Tesla's still not treating me very well, so yeah.
I mean, Lifetime wasn't treating me well, so I sold it.
I'm still gonna keep Tesla. So last week we bought...
I bought Sprouts.
And I bought Waste Management. So, how have you been doing over the week? Tell me about your week. Did you do anything else? Last week you sold Lifetime to buy Costco, so.
I did not make any midweek sales or any midweek changes. I am down a little bit of my gains this week. So I was up 4 something percent last week, and I'm only up 3.72% this week.
So yeah, you were up last week 4.19%, and now you're currently at 3.72%. You went from $549.71 to $504.66. And last week I was down 9.61, and this week I am down only 8.11. So
I'm sliding.
I'm gaining a little bit while Jill's going down. It's maybe starting to equal out.
Not quite.
Not yet. We'll see. Maybe I got rid of the Tesla Viennese just because maybe that's a signal. I don't know. Maybe it'll just go straight up from now on. I have no idea. We'll see. One question I wanted to ask you this week was, it's been about 2 months. I remember at the beginning, you knew nothing. Do you feel like you know anything more after a month and a half?
I am able to recognize trends a little bit more. Like before, if I looked at a graph, my mind would just go blank. Now I look at it and I think about what it's doing and why, and I'll find myself going to the week and the 6 month and looking at the trends. So the trends are starting to make not sense. I guess I wouldn't say sense because I can't use that to predict what's happening, but I feel like I'm just grasping it a little bit more. I look at it with knowledge.
Looking at it with more time frames as far as, are you buying something at its tippy top versus somewhere in the middle?
Right.
Historically. Interesting. Okay. So, I think I'm gonna have Jill go first this week. So.
Any guesses?
I am going to guess Victoria's Secret.
Incorrect.
Let me think of one other one. GoDaddy.
Nope.
It's got to be one that I told you about last week, but what is it?
It is not one that he told me about. I came up with this one all on my own, although it is red today. I bought Marriott.
Oh, we both used to work there.
We did. And the reason I bought Marriott was because spring training is coming. People are going to be doing lots of stays in hotels. Being from Arizona, we have a lot of spring training here. We have umps that stay at our hotels, like they essentially live there. Coaches, teams, they stay there. We have lots of people from Colorado, from California. We got the Dodgers fans. They come out and they stay here because they're diehard fans, which I can appreciate.
Yeah.
But they will come and stay at hotels and stay here and watch all the spring training games. So I got Marriott. And then 2, even if you're not thinking about baseball, what's coming up in spring other than baseball?
Spring break?
Spring break. People stay in hotels in spring break, right?
And hotels have gotten more expensive in the last few years. We should know.
Marriott.
Marriott. All right. I like it. So this week, I actually chose one because of what I was watching. So I decided to spend some time watching some trailers, and I noticed a lot of the new movies coming out are all being filmed in IMAX. So I bought IMAX this week. It hasn't done anything for a long time. So I may not keep it that long, but it was just an interesting one that caught my eye as far as it was so random that I'm like, I'm gonna buy IMAX.
I like it.
And I feel like people don't go to the movies unless it's like a big blockbuster these days. So like, what was it?
Oppenheimer?
Yeah, Oppenheimer. So like Oppenheimer was filmed in a big, I think it was 70mm IMAX film. So.
I mean, you gotta see the explosions in IMAX.
And if you're gonna spend the time, I think these days to go out to the movies, you wanna see it as best a quality as you can. So, yeah.
Agreed.
That was the choice that I made this week. I like Jill's. Marriott's a good one. They pay a dividend too. And I think Apple just paid you a small one as well.
I did. As a Valentine's Day treat to myself, Apple gave me 7 cents.
Ooh. You know how dividends work.
I do not.
maybe we'll save that for another episode when you get a bigger than 7-cent dividend. But it's still money that you get back and you can invest.
Well,
you could either invest it into Apple or you could put it into something else.
Well, I mean, I knew it was money I got.
Yes, I figured that you did.
Give me some credit.
Yes. And before we wrap it up, Jill, do you have any questions for me this week?
I do. As I was looking at my, do you call it a portfolio?
Yeah.
All the things I own?
All the things you own.
As I was looking at my portfolio, sounds so educated. I was kind of thinking, is there any strategy or ways to mitigate risk or things that I should think about as far as diversifying the types of stocks that I have?
There's some big things about diversification. Right now, you're pretty much diversifying every week by buying a different name. So
that's true.
And you're buying in a lot of different sectors. So you have Amazon, I think you have Apple, now you have Marriott, so you have hotels. You also have Sprouts, so you're pretty diversified with the names that you already have.
So I guess I'm doing it subconsciously.
Yes.
But it's a good thing.
It can be. It keeps
I should have something in tech and something in leisure and travel and something.
Which you do literally right now. Right. Yes. Now you could avoid that, and if you were buying all tech stocks like Apple and Amazon. Well, Amazon's kind of all over the place these days, but if you're buying very specific technology stocks, then I would say you're betting hard on technology, and a lot of people are these days right now. So I can understand it. Yeah, I feel like right now with the names that you've bought, you're pretty diversified for the fact that we can only buy $50 in stock every week.
All right.
So
I'm doing good.
Yeah, and stay tuned for next week.